Leo's life had always been a quiet, predictable rhythm. He lived in a small town called Greenleaf, a place where everyone knew everyone, and the biggest event of the year was the annual Apple Festival. Leo was a young man with a passion for art, but his canvases were mostly empty. He worked at the local hardware store, a job he'd inherited from his father, who'd passed away unexpectedly a few years prior. He'd always assumed his path was to take over the family business, to stay in Greenleaf, to be the man everyone expected him to be. It was a comfortable, safe life, but there was a gnawing emptiness inside him, a feeling that he was meant for more. One day, a letter arrived. It was from the prestigious Sterling Academy of Art in New York City. Leo had applied on a whim months ago, never expecting a response. They'd seen his portfolio, a few unfinished sketches he'd submitted, and were offering him a full scholarship. It was a chance to escape, to create, to finally be himself. But fear held him back. He was scared of the unknown, of failure, of leaving behind the only life he'd ever known. He felt like a small boat in a vast ocean, and the thought of setting sail was terrifying. He told his two best friends, Sarah and Mike. Sarah, always the pragmatist, said, "Leo, you can't go. You have a good life here. What about the store? What about us?" Mike, on the other hand, just watched in silence. He knew what Leo was going through. He'd always been the quiet one, the one who saw the bigger picture. Leo decided to stay. He told himself it was the right thing to do. He told himself he was being responsible. But every day he looked at the empty canvases in his studio, and the letter from Sterling Academy sat on his desk, a constant reminder of the choice he hadn't made. He felt a deep sense of regret. Then, one evening, Sarah confronted him again. "You're a fool, Leo. You're giving up your dream for us. You're not even happy here anymore. You're a coward." Leo winced. Mike, who had been listening in silence, finally spoke. "She's right, Leo. You're a coward. You're so afraid of failing that you won't even try. We can't live your life for you. This is your choice, not ours. You need to stop waiting for someone to give you permission." Leo was stung by their words, but something clicked. He looked at the letter, then at the empty canvases. He knew they were right. He couldn't keep living someone else's life. He had to be the one to lift himself up. The next day, he packed his bags. He left a note for Sarah and Mike, thanking them for everything. He didn't know what the future held, but for the first time in a long time, he felt a sense of purpose. 2 years later, Leo was a successful artist. His paintings were vibrant, full of life, and told stories of his journey. He'd never forgotten Greenleaf or his friends, but he had found his true home in the world of art. He was no longer the boy who worked at the hardware store, but a man who had the courage to follow his dreams. He had learned that true strength comes not from being told what to do, but from finding the courage to do it yourself. He finally understood that sometimes you have to let go of what you think you're supposed to be to become who you truly are. He was finally flying.